Well, this month we're looking at the relationship that you have with yourself. And why does it matter? Because you can't have a healthy relationship with others if you don't like yourself. If you don't know who you are, then you don't know how to bring yourself to a relationship and actually share that with another person. So the cost is so high because that's when we begin to conform to what other people want. And we start to people please because we can't come honestly before that person as to who we are. And of course, you get to choose how much access you give to people or how little access you give to people. But in order to know who we are and to show up for ourselves, we want to do that in the kindest, most honest, which is sometimes really hard to be honest with ourselves, and most authentic. So today I'm going to talk about I think the boundary that often gets overlooked. They are the most important boundaries that we have. I believe all of our other boundaries flow out of this boundary. Today, I'm going to talk about internal boundaries. If this message is really hitting home with you, I've created something to help you go even deeper. So it's a free quiz. It's called You Can't Keep Carrying It All. It's designed to help you identify where your boundaries are strong and where you still want to shore up some boundaries. It gives you this great opportunity to reflect and stay true to who God has made you to be. You can download that free quiz at the link below. Grab that quiz now. Give yourself permission to choose peace. You're worth it. So today I'm going to talk about internal boundaries. It's not about rules. Instead, they are this natural outflow of who we are, this natural outflow of our authentic self. So we call it the internal boundaries. And it's really where self-respect meets God's beautiful design in you. I love that. Self-respect meets God's beautiful design in you. So internal boundaries, they're how we stay true to who we are. They're about how we honor our values and our priorities and our needs and our limits and our God-given purpose. They really help us to live with integrity, where this is where our inner world matches our outer world. So without strong internal boundaries, it's really easy to lose ourselves in trying to please someone else. Oh, whatever you need, I'm here for you. Or, oh, I just want to help. Or, I don't mind at all, really. Oh, it's no trouble, I promise. As long as you're okay, I'm okay. It's easy to forget then what matters to you. But God didn't create you to disappear. He created you with intention, with wisdom, and with a voice that matters. Now, you could say that internal boundaries are really where self-respect meets God's design. It starts with knowing you, knowing what is it that you value, knowing what are your priorities today, and those shift. Your priorities today are not the same as they were last year or the year before. I know for my priorities, my dad was at the top of my priority list. And he needed me. I was there. And now he has passed away in January. And so that's my priorities have changed. They've shifted. But it's also about your needs and about your limits and your purpose. And so it's always good to go back to these parts of our internal boundaries and reassess them, because with time, they can certainly change, as your limits and your needs will change too. As you get older, you need to do a little more to be able to keep moving and to be flexible and to be able to do the things you want to do, whether it's lifting groceries out of the car, whether it's, helping your 90-some-year-old father care for himself, or whether it's getting down on the floor with your grandchildren. You need to be able to care for your body, and that's within your needs, and it may be within your limits as well. And so it's good to revisit these to know, where are my internal boundaries? When you know your values, you really stop chasing every demand that calls your name. When you know your priorities, you stop feeling guilty for saying no. And when you know your needs, you stop waiting for someone else to rescue you. And when you know your limits, you stop living in burnout. You don't get there. You look after those limits before you get to the burnout stage. So when By the way, let's just say your limit is here. You don't go right up to the limit. You pull it back. You dial it back so you don't pull yourself so close to the line that you do burn out. When you know your purpose, you stop living for everyone else's approval because you don't have to perform. You don't have to perform to be liked. You don't have to perform to be accepted. You don't have to perform for anyone. And when that inner voice, that inner critic comes a knocking at your door and says, you dummy, why did you do it that way? Or I can't believe you're so selfish. Or, if you say no, they won't like you. Oh, that inner critic can be so hard. You're not enough, or you're too much, you're too big, you're too short, you're too loud. Inner critic, you tell that inner critic where to go because you've got internal boundaries, and you tell that inner critic to go right now, and you allow yourself the same grace that you would to a very best friend. You forgive yourself when you make mistakes. You give yourself permission to make mistakes, and you give yourself permission to make it right as you can, because you have these internal boundaries that say, I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of dignity and all the good things that God sends my way. I do not need to shrink or to be ashamed or to push myself to perform for anyone else. As Henry Cloud puts it when he talks about boundaries, boundaries are not walls. They're more like gates and fences that allow you to enjoy the beauty of your own garden. It's okay to enjoy the beauty of your own garden, the good things that God has put within you and given you. Or as Beth Moore puts it, you are not only allowed to take care of yourself, you are called to steward the life that God has given you. I love that one. So, what do I want you to know today? Pay attention to your internal boundaries, those quiet internal signals inside that really guide your peace, your limits, your yeses and your nos, because they really do matter. When your internal boundaries feel off, when my internal boundaries feel off, it's just an opportunity. It's an opportunity to go before the Lord and say, Lord, what's going on here? It's a signal that you may need some more healing, and you don't need to hide. We're all on that journey. You don't have to have it all figured out. By the way, get support. Get support to explore what is blocking your internal boundaries from becoming strong and really clear. Healthy internal boundaries help you to live in alignment with who God created you to be. Whole, honest, authentic, and free. Because without strong internal boundaries, you will constantly overextend yourself. You're going to betray yourself, and you're going to wonder why you feel so distant from your life and can't even stay present in your life and don't like it, because those internal boundaries are suffering in some way. So start by asking yourself, what really matters to me? What matters to me the most? Make out your priority list. And then ask, where am I living outside of my values? Where am I pushing myself to the limit so that I'm going to burn out here? And then prayerfully commit to really honoring the answers that God gives you. Just one decision at a time. Just take one decision at a time. One step at a time is all you need to do. How can you remember this? I want you to write this down. You ready? Write this down. Grab a pen and a piece of paper. I honor God by honoring the woman He has created me to be. I honor God by honoring the woman He created me to be. You are worth it. He delights in you. He delights in you. Well, this is Ann Visser. This is the Tuesday Brew with Ann. Thanks for being here. Now, if you haven't listened to it, I have another video. It's called Shame, the Silent Tormentor, how to recognize toxic shame, because it can be one of the reasons why we struggle with our internal boundaries. And this will help you identify if it's impacting your self-talk. So click the button below and we'll see you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.